DuckDuckGo versus Google. Now, when it comes to search engines, these two represent the extremes of how search engines handle information. Now, we all know about Google, right? But what about DuckDuckGo? Ah, yes, as we all know, ducks are the most private of animals. Look what happens when you mess with a duck's privacy. Oh, tragic. The man never walked again. Anyway, tragedy aside, which of these two provides the best search engine experience? Well, to answer that question, that depends on your priorities. DuckDuckGo is a privacy-based search engine, while Google is a convenience-based search engine. What does that mean? Well, without getting too deep into it, DuckDuckGo doesn't take your information, while Google does. Now, you might think that Google is sneaky about this, but they aren't. No, but to better understand these search engines, we need to look even deeper. To help with your understanding, we'll look at 4 different areas: the accuracy and relevance of results, the features of each search engine, and finally, the privacy and security of each search engine. Now, we're going to give you the pros and the cons list for each category so you can make the informed decision. So let's get right into it by comparing the accuracy and relevance of results. Now, Google, well, that's the world's largest tech company. It owns 80% of the search engine market. And because of this attention and same fat stacks of cash, Google offers pretty good results. Google increases relevance by using location-based data. So, for example, you search new cars. Google will give you a search engine result page or an SERP that has local data. These search results are integrated and they're relevant, combining multiple formats that show you the newest cars, cars for sale, and nearby cars to buy. And when you scroll down on this page, you'll also find more general results like online resources to find cars. DuckDuckGo, by comparison, actually isn't too different. What you'll notice when comparing the results to Google is that the advertisers don't have your location. Now, this is evidenced from searching new cars and seeing ads for autosite.com and cars.com. Neither of them are the same directed ads that you get for using Google. The results still have location data, such as a map showing you nearby car dealerships. So it isn't perfect, but you can limit your location data with greater ease using DuckDuckGo. Searching for more general terms like recipes for grilled salmon will yield similar results, although Google has more funding and can put that money into generating a more engaging page. Google also has the People Also Ask section, which lets people get questions answered without leaving the page. There is, however, one problem with Google's obsession with relevance. It is sometimes so relevant that it will show you results that they assume you will always go to. So, if you're looking to mix it up with a new perspective, take extra steps to overcome Google's you-centric bias. So, here's a roundup of those pros and cons for your review. Google, pros. Incredibly relevant search results can help you find local services and products. Specific format for looking up things like recipes. Short questions can be answered without leaving the search engine. The cons. Search results are based on your experience, sometimes sticking you into a search bubble. DuckDuckGo. The cons. Results suffer due to lack of data use. No feature for finding answers directly on the search engine page. Pros? Well, it doesn't suffer from the search bubble effect. Next, we're going to be comparing the search engines based on the features they provide. Now, both search engines include these basic features of search: general search, image search, shopping, news, video search, and maps. Google does have a few extras such as books, flights, and finance. Now, these do what you might expect them to do: searching for videos, images, and products that meet your needs. Now, maps, wow, that's the interesting one, as DuckDuckGo uses Apple Maps. Apple Maps has a bit of a reputation, if you will.
This is the way! Stop yelling at me! No, it's stop yelling! There's no road here!
They have made improvements, but Apple Maps often has more issues than Google. Now, then again, Apple has a better privacy reputation than Google. The extra search features Google uses are fairly niche. DuckDuckGo might benefit from a book search, but, well, other than that, the two are pretty comparable. So, here's a quick roundup of those pros and cons. DuckDuckGo pros: has general search, shopping, images, videos, and map search. Cons? Well, Apple Maps is known for less accurate data and could benefit from book search. Google, pros, includes general search, shopping, images, videos, maps, finance, books, and flights search. More comprehensive integrations that change depending on how you search. Cons, niche searches aren't necessary for some people. Now we can talk about my favorite point, privacy and security. Now, from a general security perspective, both Google and DuckDuckGo aren't known for leaks. One is a security-focused company, while the other is the world's largest tech company. But assuming Google cares about your privacy, it goes something like this. Google has trackers across 75% of the top websites. The only site that comes close is Facebook, who only has 25% of the top websites. Now, these trackers gather everything imaginable about a person, and these include search data, data on what website you go to, form data, location data, contact information, browsing history, user identifiers like your device information, and general contact information. Google takes this data and uses it to improve the user experience. This means they sell that data to the highest bidder and allowing advertisers to target you based on what you do. If you own a Google account, the search engine can associate this data to you directly. Combine this with owning an Android smartphone, well, the data gathering practices Google uses virtually cover everything imaginable. However, since the DuckDuckGo phone isn't out yet, we can't really compare that. Even so, the amount of search engine data Google gathers is pretty creepy. By comparison, DuckDuckGo blocks the Google trackers that are spread across these websites. DuckDuckGo doesn't store your data, and it doesn't resell it to the highest bidder. Instead, it only allows advertisers to target you based on what you search. Because of this, there are fewer advertisers per page. On Google, most of your top results are ads, while on DuckDuckGo, you'll see 2 ads up top and a few on the side of the screen. DuckDuckGo also doesn't have any account association, so there's no way to connect the data back to you with ease. DuckDuckGo doesn't have a completely squeaky clean record, though. It was found that Microsoft trackers were built into their search engine. Microsoft, who aren't known for being particularly privacy-centric, allowed DuckDuckGo to make use of some Bing results. The CEO went on record saying that this data was anonymized. However, it has made some people nervous. And this brings us to the pros and cons of our privacy section, with Google receiving a whopping 0. Google, pros, none. Cons, tracks an uncomfortable amount of data, sells this data to advertisers to target you directly. Opt-out methods are not enough to stop tracking. DuckDuckGo, pros, it doesn't track data. It doesn't sell it to third-party vendors. No account association. The cons, well, it uses Microsoft trackers for search data. So ultimately, this leads us to just one question. Which of the two is the best browser? Well, it's up to you. DuckDuckGo isn't inconvenient, but it offers weaker results. Google is more convenient, but has you sacrifice your privacy and personal data for that convenience. So ask yourself the question, how much does my privacy matter to me? If you want to remain private while using any search engine, you might consider a VPN. Both Surfshark and NordVPN are known as some of the best. You can find links in the description with discounts, yeah. So if you want to pay almost nothing to preserve your personal information, check it out. Outside of that, stick to DuckDuckGo if you want to focus on privacy. If you want to use Google, avoid making an account with them. Also, delete your cookies and your browsing data before activating your VPN. That way, Google doesn't rely on data you don't want them to have. Otherwise, let us know what you think about this duck-themed search engine. Is it good? Do you have other private search engines to suggest? Let us know, and we might look at them. If you like this video, please leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, and with your support, we can spread the message of privacy to the masses. Also, it helps the channel to grow. So thank you so much for that. And until next time, bye-bye.